So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the moment where the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Power Slam show. Let's go! Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam. Turn it up, turn it up. It's the Pancake and Power Slam show. Turn it up.
Episode 548. We staying up late with PNP, the family, with Dr. C. We chilling, we to the we. I got some exclusive news about Big E with the booty-os with the new day. Cause it's a new day. It's a Tuesday, almost Wednesday. In the Eastern Standard Time, P&P about to shine, 548, dime, drop it, drop the dime. It's P&P time, Dr. C, chilling with the family, yo, we chilling on the Tuesday, Wednesday in the UK. But it's Tuesday, almost Wednesday in the US of A. Don't matter where you at, we in the PNP with the chat. Episode 548, we staying up late. Don't take the bait. Stay up late with the PNP, with the family, with Dr. C. We having fun like we do all the time, cause we on the grind, cause we like to shine. Oh, yo, freestyling from the dome, that's what I do. Not really, but I use this show to grow my ability to freestyle with the brewery. That's what we do. That's what we go. That's what we go. That's why we glow. Cause we shining. Cause we shining. Cause we shining. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I can dig it. Yo. Hey, what's up, everybody? So that's what remember I said I can dance. Yo, hey. What's up, PNP Nation? What's going on, everybody? Episode 548, ladies and gentlemen. 548 episodes of Pancakes and Power Slams. Can you believe that? Like, that's straight weeks. 548 straight weeks of the Pancakes and Power Slam show. That is absolutely just incredible. 548 shows of the Pancakes and Power Slam show. 548 episodes. That is crazy. What? That is crazy. All right, let's jump right into it. P&P. Man, I got a lot of things going on right now as I'm just getting the show together. Um, so you know how I spill the beans and break the fourth wall on PNP. So um, another first time interview. Yeah, Holly was she's a sweetheart. I really, she's really cool. So here's the funny thing about what was going on during that time on on unscripted. So here's the deal, and it's quite funny. It's quite funny. We'll get to your thing, Elvis. Of course, hashtag ask Doc. Hashtag ask Doc. I got some information I received today, last night actually, about Big E, um, and really interesting information about to share. And that's what you should expect on PNP. That's the reason why you should sub. I've got some details on the Patreon, but on PNP every week, I'm gonna start sharing some deets. All right, start sharing some deets on PNP and whet your appetite a bit, and then share the rest on the patreon.com/pancakes and power slams. But I got some information on Big E that's really interesting. So here's the deal. When I was interviewing Holly Von Erich, I came in. So I was prepping the show. As y'all know, I prepped the show. I get the graphics ready. Um, Actually, Sportskeeda does a real. I mean, Sportskeeda is their graphics guys to me is like the best. I mean, like, man, they've got some amazing graphic guys. And I think I'm like starting to get a lot better with my graphics. Over the past couple years, I designed my own, like I have my own, faith-based clothing line, visionwear.co with the Z, VIZIONWEAR.co. Get your faith-based clothing. There's also some tongue-in-cheek stuff on there too. A couple tongue-in-cheek t-shirts that's pretty cool that you would like. But yeah, faith-based clothing there. So here's the funny thing about that. So Sportskeeda, they give me the graphics for the unscripted show. They also do the overlays, and which is I used to like sort the overlays every week, and it got tedious. So that shaves off a lot of my time actually. So that's actually pretty cool that they do that. So I still got to do the intro. I do the intro. Like they give me the flyer for the week. They give me the overlay, but I still do all the intro stuff, the music, the background, the animation, and all that. I do all that. So um, I was preparing that. I was also putting my flyer together for this show, and with the PNP, I do everything. So I actually made this flyer. This is the flyer that I've made tonight. So I'm pretty happy with my graphics game. So I was making the flyer tonight. I was making the graphic for tonight, the thumbnail, rather, I should say thumbnail. So I was making a thumbnail and I was getting the intro together as we saw the music, the intro, the countdown, all that stuff. I do all that stuff. And so I have an utter hatred for crickets. I hate crickets. Um, you know, I'm not afraid of crickets because they're they're harmless. They're just ugly. They're ugly. And they're loud and they're obnoxious. I despise the very soul of crickets. I think that they're spawns from Satan. I think that they are devil worshippers. I hate crickets. They are the most loud and obnoxious uh, walking turds ever. And so, look, If they're outside, I'm used to it. If they're outside, they're outside. It's nature. I hear crickets all the time. What I mean? That's not a big deal to me. They're loud and obnoxious, but it's outside. Outside's outside. But it irks me when crickets are inside. Now you're trespassing in my territory. I didn't ask you to come in my space, and I didn't ask you to be loud and obnoxious in my space. All right. So in my office, it's I live in a country area. In my office, it's really cool. My podcast studio is cool, but when it comes to, I love fall season. Fall is my favorite season. But the biggest issue with the fall season for about 3 months is going to be probably about 2 months. It's going to start when it gets cold. It stops. So, but for about 2 months, you're going to hear a lot of just crickets, and crickets are very invasive. They come into people's homes. They like cracks and crevices that come in people's home. They like damp areas, dim areas, and so they like to come in people's homes, especially people's basements. They love people's basements. And so outside areas, they try to just come in people's home. I'm like, you got a whole outside. You got an entire outside that you can jump like you do. Crickets jump typically. And you got a whole outside. So you're coming in somebody's inside. You're invading somebody, trespassing. You're invading my territory. So as I was getting the shows ready, I was, listening to music, and I I was hearing crickets outside of my office in my studio, and I was like, "Oh, that's annoying," but whatever, it's outside. Then all of a sudden, I hear like a very sharp, loud. I'm like, man, ain't that something? There is a cricket in my office. I gotta find where this joker is. And I was actually late to unscripted because I was looking all around my office and my studio, trying to find out where that annoying cricket is. I was like, where in the world is this cricket? Because it was so loud. It was so loud. And I was like, you know what? It must be underneath the door. It must be underneath the door because I was looking, I was paying attention to certain areas where it could be. And I was like, you know what? This cricket, and I was like getting to certain spots, trying to find if it's loud here, if it's like I was like cricket detection. It was like I was like detecting crickets, going toward the cricket, finding where the cricket is so I can just annihilate it. And I couldn't find it. And I was like, man, you know what? This joker is either right at my door, like underneath my door, or um like right outside of my door in my office because it goes outside. And I was like, man, ain't that something? And so while I was on the show with Holly, this loud, obnoxious cricket was just chirping and squeaking the whole time. And I couldn't even concentrate when I was interviewing Holly because it was like, and I was like, and then Holly is funny because before we started, she said there was a cricket in her room too, in her area too, that she says she's going to, she's like, after we get off this interview, I'm going to find it and kill it. Crickets are just obnoxious. They're just obnoxious. And so after the interview was over, I went back to cricket hunting. All right. I've got this solution, this very minty solution that like kills ants and pests and stuff like that. So I grabbed the solution, went upstairs, grabbed the solution from my kitchen, and I went. So I had it ready. And so I went by the door, right underneath the door, and I sprayed like underneath the door. And lo and behold, right underneath the door toward the right, I see a cricket. And it would like it hurried up and scattered, but I was able to spray it. And guess what? No more cricket chirping sound. So that ugly, nasty cricket was right by my door. I saw it. Like when I pulled up my curtain, I saw it. It was I pulled it up a couple times and I couldn't see it. And then when I started spraying, I saw that it was right underneath my door. Like it was right, like visible right there underneath my door. And I was like, there you are, you idiot. And so I was able to get underneath my door even more, but I sprayed it. I sprayed underneath right there. And there's a very minty smell, very strong minty smell in my office right now. But you know what? That darn cricket is gone. All right. Whew. I needed that. That was cathartic. Thank you. Thank you all for listening. It was very cathartic. All right, PNP family, what's going on? How's the back of the family? Good and good. Thank you very much for asking, Elvis. Why did the Titans cheat against my Raiders? They didn't cheat. We had mostly game. We had a lot of game control for just about all the game. We're up 21-10. We almost blew it. We almost blew it because y'all came back and y'all missed the 2-point conversion. So again, just not confident in the Titans this year. Our first win of the season, though. But the Raiders are 0-3, if I'm not mistaken. So not very good. How boring has Raw been since Triple H took over? Go check out the report card show of Vince Russo and I on Sports Kita, the Writing with Russo. Go check that out. The report card. I have my thoughts on that. Tim Burno's in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Ricky, what's up, my man? Thoughts on all the matches having a stipulation and Extreme Rules? I think this is how the pay-per-view should be. Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's how it was before. Absolutely. That's how it should be. I'm not big on Extreme Rules. I mean, I think that pay-per-view could come or go, really. I mean, or the premium live event. I think it could come or go. Extreme Rules have been lackluster for a long time. I like the fact that they're making everything a stipulation because it should be. That was the reason behind the origin of Extreme Rules. Because Extreme Rules, I mean, like when they had the ECW pay-per-view which I actually liked. It was actually really cool. The reunion pay-per-views they would have. One Night Stand. I like those. And Extreme Rules is like a WWE hardcore version. Okay, sure. There's stipulations to it. Okay, sure. Sad news last week on Wednesday. My aunt Endeavor called and she had found her daughter and my cousin dead in bed. Oh my God, it's only 38. Jeez. Goodness, Elvis. I'm praying for your aunts and her family about her daughter. Really, really sad to hear. Made you feel like a kid again seeing the Great Muda. Kijimoto with the mist. Indeed. Muda's one of the greatest Japanese wrestlers of all time to me. Rob Russell of interviews who have done and why is good old Black Bart number one. Very nice. Man. Oh man. I've interviewed over 300 wrestlers. I can't even think of all the interviews I've done. I mean, I've done 500 interviews, at least 500 interviews. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot of people. Hmm. Old Black Bart's always fun. Um, I'm thinking of people who I can really be like, who I can just vibe with and have a good time and we just, you know, shooting the breeze, just having a good conversation. I love conversational interviews, but I can't think of uh, just fun, just interviews. I got off and I was like, man, that was fun. JTG comes to mind. I've interviewed him a whole lot of times, and he's fun to talk to. There's a lot of our interviews that we've done were pretty cool. Um, Trying to figure out who else that really stands out as far as like fun interview. Marty Elias is fun to talk to. Um, Black Bart, of course, is old Black Bart. He's always fun to talk to. Trying to figure out interviews of people that I've done that was just really like fun that stood out. Um, Let me see. Actually, let me see. I can't really think of. Um, mm, Trying to think of. I think of all the interviews I've done. Uh, I actually did a episode. I actually did a PNP episode of Chikara shutting down. Oh, very interesting. Um, Crowbar is cool. Crowbar was cool. Ice Train was fun. As far as people who like I enjoy talking to, like just having a good time and having fun talking to. Rico's always fun. Um, Greg Gagne's fun. Road stories. We just have a good time talking. Nick Patrick. Um, Mike Knox was fun. Um, yeah. Tranisha, she was always an interesting conversation when she would come on the show. Man, I've had a lot of people on PNP. Um, yeah, yeah. Trying to think. Trying to think. I mean, because I've interviewed a lot of fun people, like Ricky Steamboat, Goldberg. Um, but I'm trying to think of people who I really liked having. Like, I really had a good conversation with, like a really really good conversation, and I enjoyed talking to. Um, yeah, very interesting. I'm actually looking at the Blog Talk Radio. Uh, it's got 436 episodes on here. So, yeah. And then I went to a couple sites that it's on. I'm trying to, as far as archives, yeah, you can check, just type in Pancakes and Power Slams podcast, and you can look at some archives from verse one. Sam is in the building. What's up, my man? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. A ton of people and pundits are starting to ask why theories counting lights and being humiliated. Any thoughts or insights you can share? Let's just say this: that theory was involved in some external things that was not a good representation of the image of WWE. A couple of things, actually. A couple of things that I know about theory that I was told, um, that he was making some decisions that weren't really friendly to the PG crowd. Let's just say that. And WWE knows about it, and he's been in the doghouse. He's in the doghouse. Big E is getting healthier now. Phil Fox is in the building. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? Of course, Lexi in the building. Of course, always just a fantastic, fantastic supporter of this show. Um, yeah, she's like the resident, like promoter of PMP. I love this. Yeah, so let's talk about, let's do a couple of X dot questions, and then I got some information. We got some discussing to do with this Big E stuff. Extreme Rules, Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross faced Malcolm and Jack Swagger. What was the name of that match? That was a country whipping match, wasn't it? Wasn't it a country whipping match? White Rabbit, Bray. I've shared that before on here on PMP as far as the White Rabbit. Actually, matter of fact, Tim Burno. You hear that? I hear a cricket again. I hear cricket noise again. I hear the nasty, ugly crickets again. You hear that? Let me know if you hear that. Yep. I hear the nasty, ugly. Yep. I think it tried to get away from my solution. Yeah. I think it's back underneath my my door. I'm gonna spray it again though. Let's spray it again. It doesn't have a long life to go. Yeah, it's just annoying. All right. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Getting healthier. Let's see. AEW and NXT are going against each other. That should be fun. That should be fun. That should be fun. We'll see where that goes. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Well, we got something going on end of October. Or did I name the cricket? The cricket's name is Jiminy Jr. I can hear it. I can hear it. Like, let me know if I hear that. You hear that? Yep. Yep. I'm about to make it acknowledge me. As soon as we get off this show in about 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to make it acknowledge me because it is absolutely annoying. So, all right. So let's talk about Big E. I think I'm going to spray again. No, actually, I don't have. I'll put the spray back up. Yeah, I put the spray back up. I'll do it. Actually, I got cricket traps all over my office. So yeah, I'll take care of it in a bit. It's just annoying. It's just annoying the snot out of me. It's so loud. I want y'all to hear it. Let's see if y'all hear it. Hear that? Just loud. Just loud and obnoxious. Loud and obnoxious. All right. Let's talk about Big to the E. So, received some information today. Yesterday, last night actually. And Big E was a part of, he is on. Let me show y'all. Okay. See that? You see it right there, buddy. He is a part of the Survivor Series flyer. So I did receive that information. And so that means that either he is going to make a return leading into Survivor Series, or he's going to be a part of Survivor Series. That's all I got as far as the information involved with Big E, but he is on the promo material for Survivor Series. So Survivor Series would make 8 months since he's been gone from surgery. He broke his neck in March, so it would make 8 months. So, yeah, 8 months. 8 months. There's a lot of good doctors out there. 8 months is pretty pretty decent timeline, and yeah. So basically, that's where we got for a Biggie. Should be interesting. Um, unfortunately, I don't see him anything past the New Day. You know what I mean? He'll probably be added on to the New Day versus, you know, Brawling Brutes or something. You know what I mean? Because that was actually supposed to be the match, supposed to be at the 6-man at WrestleMania, but he broke his neck right beforehand. So, but as much as I really like Big E, unfortunately, I don't see WWE doing much with him. Unless Triple H changes his mind, does something good with them. But they made a really bad mistake by doing him dirty. He had a really lackluster uh, run as champion. So I gotta find this cricket. It's so loud. To Elvis, Black Bart, Mr. Anderson, yeah, Ken was good peoples. Greg Gagne and Eric Bischoff, yes, indeed. Have I interviewed Marty Jannetty? Not. I have not. Just say, just say, just say, some non PG things. Stamp on it. I think you mean stomp. I gotta find where it is first. If I see it, I'm going to stomp on it. But I gotta find it though. It's it's nearby. I think it's I think it crawled away from the spray, and I think it went right back underneath my door. Yeah, I think it's underneath my door again. So yeah, it was annoying. It just went away for a second, and then it went back to underneath. It seems like it's underneath my door. So yeah, it's like why don't you just walk away? I mean, there's so many you know things. There's so many places you could be right now. You want shelter? Do you want shelter? You want a nest? You want some food? You want me to grab you some ants or something? Because you're annoying me. You're annoying the style out of me. Lexi with the Malachi Black Live saying he wasn't released, but also saying he does not have a 5-year contract. TK said otherwise before. Do you think he is being forced to return to AEW? I do. I think I think he's saving face by saying that he's not released. I mean, Zelina's with WWE. Of course, he's going to want to be with his wife. I mean, come on, come on. He's he's going to want to be with his wife. But if he's still with AEW, he's got to be sure that he's saying the right things, right? So, um, yeah, he's got to be sure that he's saying the right things. So by saying the right things, that means that he's going to be sure that he's saying what he's supposed to say and not violating anything if he's still on a contract. So I do. Black also shared some troubling news that he was receiving death threats. Why isn't TK and AEW made a statement about that level of toxicity? I agree. I think that's a really good point, Lexi. Um, because they want, spot fests. Because they want the P to appease the marks. And that's what they care about, unfortunately. Am I going to smash them? Yeah, you hear it. Look at that. Y'all hear it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that nuts? Yes, Chris, it is. Yes, Chris, it is. How's my night? Thank you, Kamar. Kamar, are you new? We always give Kamar we always give the newbies a hero's welcome. So if y'all hear this, and this is a really good noise cancellation mic too. Um, so if y'all hear that nasty, ugly, obnoxious devil worshiper, uh I'm gonna kill. I gotta find where it is. I would have been stomped it if I knew where it was. I don't even know where it is. Kamar's new here. Welcome, Kamar. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Welcome, Kamar, to the PNP Nation. Welcome, welcome. You hear some crickets? Yes, indeed. Yeah, I do too. It's annoying. Super annoying. I've got I've got some traps. I've got like a half a dozen traps in my office. The crazy thing is I haven't seen one cricket on those traps. So I'm hoping that this one will be by the time I come back to my office tomorrow. I'm really hoping that that's it's going to be taken care of for sure. Because as many times I do this show every week, I hardly ever get a week. Kamara follows me on SK. Nice. What does a cricket trap look like? It's just a. We'll get to that. We'll get to Lexi first, real quick. I've noticed that there seems to be no update on the AEW All incident. What do I think that means? I think that personally, I think that it could have been a work. Could have been a work. Could have been a work. Interestingly enough, I reached out to the Hoffman Estates police departments, and they actually got back. Um, they actually got back with me and told me that they didn't have any type of call from an incident there whatsoever. Regarding that, um, you know, they they didn't have any type of record of calling. So no one called the police. No one called the police. It was a scuffle, lots of stuff going on, but no one called the police. I'm just saying. um, what does a cricket trap look like? It's a sticky magoo. It's like it's about that big. It's about that big. It's just like a sticky, flat surface. What's really sticky. So it looks like that cricket is right underneath my door. I can hear it. I can hear it so clearly. Like I can hear the cricket underneath my door right now. And it would be cool if it walks away from my door so I can stop it. Yes, indeed. Yes, they love hiding against the wall. They're dastardly, demons. Like hiding against the wall, and they like basements. They also like basements. I'm not in a basement right now. I'm in my office is a separate area of my house. Um, and yeah, yeah. Oh, it got real loud for a second. It was like it's probably mad that I'm talking about him. So why Paige can't com, why Paige can't compete to wrestle at AEW is because of her concussion. She's waiting to get cleared. I mean, I imagine that there's some type of because she wanted to wrestle. I mean, that's one of the reasons. Well, that's one of the biggest reasons why she like wanted to leave. It was like bittersweet for her because she said that she actually likes the page name, um, but she wanted to wrestle again. So looks like they're going to be working on that. So Ricky's asking. I'm going to ask her. I'm going to get a few more of these questions. I'm going to get up out of here, man. This cricket is getting on my nerves. The cricket wants to be famous. Yes. What is your favorite kind of history? I think the cricket's hearing me talk, and it's like, acknowledge me. What is your favorite kind of history? Biblical history. Biblical history. What are your thoughts on the Nikki ASH slow turn? You mentioned it last week, and it's starting to show. See, here's the thing. When I get information from my source and sources, and the information is legit. Now, like again with the Bray stuff, it was it was the same concept. Like I said, it was the same concept, but it's stretched. So, but lights flickering, all that good stuff, and it's coming to fruition. Like I said, just the same thing with Nikki ASH. What do I think of it though? Yeah, I mean, what does it mean? It's Nikki ASH. They're not going to do a really good job making this a thing. I'm going to get up out of here because this daggone cricket is getting on my nerves. Let's see here. Let's keep. I'll let y'all know. I'll get y'all an update of the cricket files. This thing is so loud. So I'm gonna let y'all know. Ask me that personally, Elvis. Maybe. I like a bunch of dark colors. That's the thing. I like dark colors. All right, here we go. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Lexi. Come on. I'll let you know about the crazy cricket. It looks like PPV has a mascot. The cricket. The annoying cricket. Me versus the cricket at Extreme Rules. See, I'll give you credit for that. Get this cricket, it's too annoying. Thank you. For another episode, Inferno. PNP, I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Let's get this cricket. Rock bottom, stool coaster to this cricket. See you later.